Hello, how is everybody? I think I'm a minute early, so I'm gonna refresh my page and hopefully it'll show me live. Yay! Awesome. It's not quite 2, but Velvet and Vines Design is watching. All right, Heather. Okay. It's not quite 2. Hello, those coming on. It's Tree with ShowStopper Designs. Yes, hopefully for those of y'all that didn't catch the last marathon that we did, my ring light went flopping for whatever reason. I didn't move it. There was nobody else up here with me, so hopefully it'll stay in place. So hello, welcome. Again, I'm Tree with ShowStopper Designs. Today, I've got an hour. So I have prepared and prepped for this occasion that Nadia, which I'm so grateful for her and Heather, that they asked if I would participate in Christmas Around the World, and I said, why not? I'd be happy to. The last event was great. Appreciated the invitation then. And today, hello everybody that's coming on. Hello. So today, I want to make for sure that I get this out before I get started, because then I get started and it gets a little crazy. So next up after me is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art. And when I say Flamazing, if you haven't gone to her page, oh my gosh, she is an artist, and it is fantastic artwork, and just fantastic. I mean, you'll see for yourself in about an hour. So to get started, again, hi everybody that's coming on. We're at 34 people. Oh, we just dropped down to 33, but okay, it's okay. I'm Tree, and it's T-R-E, but it's a long E, so it is my nickname, so that's what I go by. It's Tree with ShowStopper Designs. Sign above my head there, and I have a little sign behind me as well, along with some other supplies. But I'm going to go back and get those to show you what I'm doing in my design, because a lot of them are in my store, or in my shop, whatever you want to call it. But thank you guys for coming on. Hello. So today, Lori, I missed your live because I was getting ready, and I'm going to go back and watch it because I'm sure it was fabulous. We're going to do a swag. Shocker! We're going to do a swag. So this is a 24-inch swag base. I do sell them year-round in my shop, so it is an faux evergreen swag base, 24 inches from top to bottom. And when you add in the deco mesh, like I add in my deco mesh, I do not measure, so I just pull it. On average, it's about 24 inches long. Sometimes it's 28, sometimes it's 22, it just depends. So I have that. I don't sell the deco mesh. So many people sell deco mesh that I'm sure you can find it in a shop near you. But what we're going to do in this Christmas Around the World Marathon is everybody gives presents, right? At Christmas time. Doesn't matter what country they're from, where they are located in this wonderful world, everybody gives presents. And if you can tell, these presents have bells on the top. Isn't that cool? And they're in my shop. So they're peppermint, first of all. They have bells, secondly, and they actually kind of have a velveteen ribbon on them. So who doesn't have velvet red ribbon in their shop if you want it to match? Mine will coordinate the ones that we use, but again, I have this already set up The boxes are lightweight. So let me go get the actual set. And for those of y'all that actually make stuff, you can make these, but for those of y'all that don't make embellishments, they actually are ornaments that you would actually hang. Y'all see that? The little hanger. You would actually hang in a tree, or they're styrofoam. So just like I did in the swag here, you can place them in the tree. They're lightweight. They won't weigh down a tree or anything like that. But look, it has a jingle bell. So if somebody does put it in a wreath or a swag, when you open the door, you'll have the bells. I just think those are so cute. Had to get them. So again, they come in a set, and they're, again, this one, same thing. I didn't measure. This one's 6 inches tall. And this one is like 9.5 inches tall. I'm sure I put that in the description on my shop. So again, this is what I put in the swag. Then I'm just going to go ahead and, while I'm back here, grab some of the embellishments that I'm using. I'm using a faux cedar and berries. Then of course I'm going to have these ornaments, because again, Christmas colors, even though the actual presents don't have green in them, my ribbon will. Of course, the swag's green. And then this pine is also in my shop, but it's flocked, but it's glitter flock. And I will be honest with you, it does actually get on you too. So it will come off a little bit, but it's snowy glitter. So I don't know if you can tell it's even flocked, but it's more snowy glitter. Okay. Then I have this one that's a holly berry that I do use, and it has been selling really well. So this one I also use, and it's also in my shop. Okay. Now, get to the ribbon, right? Okay. The ribbon that I'm using, and I've already pulled the bow together because again, I have an hour, and what ribbon I'm using is this 2.5 inch, and it's a candy ribbon, has a little candy on it, because again, candy canes. Then I have this glittered stripe, diagonal stripe, because again, how the actual lines are in the candy boxes, they actually kind of come in at an angle. I'll show that one last, because these three are in my shop. So the three that I just showed you, and again, this one has a backing of red. Okay. And again, you'll see this in the design. So this one's a 4 inch. Try not to lose the pen, because it inevitably it gets, I get the one that gets stuck. Okay. So these three ribbons are in my shop and what I'll be using. And then I just had to use this one. It is a really great ribbon, but I don't sell it. And I'm sure there's plenty of people that do, that say no peeking, because they're presents. You don't want people to peek. So again, and I needed to bring out the green, and why not? So again, I'm sure that there's lots of stores that sell it, but it's a really great ribbon, and it says no peeking, and it just repeats no peeking on there. So let's get started. Done with the supplies. Not really, but you know. And then what I'm going to also show you is, granted, I did apply two, I pierced these because again, I said they were styrofoam. I pierced them and used a pipe cleaner and then attached it in the back. So again, super lightweight. That's how I attached it. Just showed you the ribbon, and I made my bow already. Okay, I use a zip tie, and I'm going to give props to the lady that showed me how to do this, and it's a game changer for me, because I used a pipe cleaner for years, and I was like, oh, There's gotta be something better. And Donna with On a Whim, oh my gosh, she showed me this and I was just like, I gotta use it, and it is a game changer. So if you don't use zip ties, make for sure you give it a try. See if it works for you. So you tighten it with a zip tie, and then you use the second zip tie to actually fasten it or grip it to your wreath or to your swag. So let me get the original one clipped off. So I'm going to show you that and how I did it. I know I'm really bad about once I get started, I want to feel like I get started and then I can answer questions, but any questions that I might have missed, I'll make for sure to go back and answer them later. But again, for those of y'all that are just coming on, does that say 91 people? I went from 33 to 91 people. Aw, thanks. I'm just Trini with ShowStopper Designs. That's it. It's just me. But thanks. Thanks for showing up. Oh my gosh. I think I'm gonna, oh, now I'm down to 89. So it might not just, I'll just work. Why don't I just design? Okay, so I'm gonna start with this, and I'm trying to get that zip tie through the deco mesh that I used to the base, and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing once I get it wrapped around. And I try not to lose it. How many of y'all have lost, you know, your zip ties or your items as you're doing these things, and you're like, where did it go? How can it move an inch or two in 2 seconds? Love the bow. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And again, 3 of the 4 ribbons are in my shop. I don't have a lot of the candy ribbon. I think I only have 11. Maybe I have less. I don't know. I think I might have less than that. But anyway, my bow, the loops are starting on that 4-inch, start at about 8 inches on one side. And so again, what I did is I went in the back, tied that zip tie in the back. This is the loop of where it'll be hanging. And again, I have my extra pieces that I'll kind of clip off there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the ribbon down and across the gifts, not to separate it, but more to bring it all together, if that makes any sense. Hope it makes sense. Hope it makes sense. That 4-inch ribbon, I don't see everything that you're saying. Let's see. 4-inch ribbon. Oh, thank you. You even put the listing in, Nadia? Okay. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Girl, y'all are being very nice to everyone. And oh my gosh, if you haven't caught some of these designs, wow. Let's just say, and I mean, some of people are like, just started their business, and it's like a wow. And I'm like, oh, mine did not look like that when I first started. Woo, no, mercy, no. So, okay, so I'm gonna keep the no peeking all the way down. I usually cut it off, but I kind of like it. So, to stay in there, I have found where I want to actually place the my little bump. So I pinch it, bring it together, and I think some folks I've heard call it a billow. I call it a bump. But hello everybody that's coming on. Thank you. First time watching. Wet Nose and Bows. Well, thank you, Wet Nose and Bows. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so get that deco mesh right there. Bring that up. I'm gonna show y'all. See, I get distracted with chit chat, and I just shouldn't do that, right? I should get busy. So, I'm gonna hold this up for y'all so y'all can see it. Okay. So see how this just really is already coming together, and all I've done is a bow. I mean, the ribbon does add a lot. And I have about 20 picks or so that I clustered together, and that's what I do. And it's, again, I love my pick machine. So for those of y'all that are considering a pick machine or have a pick machine and know what I'm talking about, I love breaking up my sprays and my picks and then pulling them together, because again, it just makes it unique. So, of course, Facebook has deleted my comments over here, so I really can't see what people are saying. So, let me bring this over so you see all of the ribbons. I'm going to bump that up. And I'm going to keep it rather long on my tails to come down. So I'm going to cut it. I do have a seam right here, but I think that'll work because I'm going to fold it. So see, seams happen to the best of us, even me. And I do sell ribbon, so see, they don't think second about me. They're like, oh, you want a seam? You get a seam. Everybody gets a seam. Okay, so far, this is what it looks like so far. So I have plenty of deco mesh and sprays. So what I'm going to do, I actually pulled that ribbon down. So what I'm going to do is I have already put together my clusters of sprays and picks. So what I do is I actually break stuff up. For example, for those of y'all that are curious about what I do. So this was from a berry spray. This was a peppermint spray that I probably got at Hobby Lobby. And then this is that faux cedar. So I just cluster it together and use my handy dandy pick machine, and I cluster them together. I usually try to do 3 or 4 pieces together, and then what I do is I actually push it and pull it and kind of make it to where you can see all the pieces. So it actually gives it more of a 3-dimensional type of look instead of keeping everything flat. Is that no peeking ribbon? It's not in my Etsy shop. As I mentioned before, it's not. I don't sell that particular brand, but I know that there's lots of people that do out there. So, but the other 3 ribbons are in my shop. So the 2 2.5 inch and the 1 4 inch. Let me start. 2 2.5 inches. Those are in my shop. The 4 inch is in my shop as well. And the 4 inch has a red back. So you get the plaid on the front and the red on the back. So you can flip it if you wanted to even flip it to show the back side of it. Hello everyone coming on. Thank you so much for, oh, really? Regina, you did a great job on your demo yesterday. So thank you for giving me props about demonstrating today. I so appreciate that. I don't catch everybody's words because sometimes our comments, they disappear over here. So see, they just did. So just place an order. Oh, thank you. I put my phone on focus. So it used to be do not disturb, so you really couldn't, get distracted while you were working, because that would happen to me all the time. So anyway, but thank you so much. I do appreciate that. So grateful and thankful. And by the way, that'll actually go out to tomorrow. I'm really fast at shipping. So if those of y'all that have purchased from ShowStopper Designs, I try to ship out as fast. Somebody said Amazon, and I was like, oh, I wish I was as fast as Amazon. Boy, I do. I do wish I was. And thank you. I think I saw somebody said that they just sprinkled, so thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so now the next step. Did the bow, did the embellishments. Now I've got these. Now I have other embellishments as well from the little spirals. I spin them a different direction. Instead of being like a pinwheel, I spin them a little bit different just to be different. That doesn't mean that, you know, the way they come, you can't keep them that way. I just like to be different, you know, and unique. So I've got 3 of those. I've got 3 different kinds of lollipops because that's what I actually had to work with because a lot of my Christmas is still packed away, and these were the 3 I was able to find. So again, unique lollipops. Crud. I didn't turn on my glue apparatus, which we also refer to as a glue gun, which again, I didn't turn it on. So sorry. I apologize. So what we're going to do now is, instead of doing that, I'm going to add a little bit more ribbon because that's what I want to do to this and show y'all that you can actually add some accents to this, just not the drape that comes down. Okay, so while we're waiting for that glue gun to warm up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2.5 inch ribbons, 20 minutes in, right? Oh, Lord. Oh, those were the ones that I had. These were the ones I had. See, those were my demos. Okay. Yes. Thanks, Karen. I do. I try to ship fast. I do. Okay. So the other thing I do is I actually stagger my ribbons. Doesn't mean you have to do it. It's just something that I do. I stagger and I actually pinch. So I get a good sized tail. This loop, let's just make for sure that I don't pinch too small. That loop is 6 inches. So my tail, my first tail is about 8, second tail is about 7, and the loop is 6. So there you go, 8, 7, 6. Who knew? I sure didn't. I sat there and measured for y'all, so I didn't know. So I take it and I actually pinched it, and I'm going to push it into the actual swag to where I have it actually connected. Then I'm going to bring the ribbon down and have a good size tail, because again, you need those for accents, right? And if I don't finish, I'll go live on my page and actually finish this design. So this is what I did. I took that and just added a little bit more ribbon right there. I'll open it up even more to show that red away from the actual, so y'all see that? So I'm going to continue that up to the top, but I'll use more of the 4-inch ribbon as well as the other 2. And it's all on the floor, so that's what I'm actually reaching down to get. Because I will do another 1 bow, spin it. You know what? I'm going to go this way. I'll spin it, turn it this way, because it's going to be in this top corner. Put all my picks over to the side. Okay. I need a bigger desk. Just kidding. Don't need a bigger desk. Lord have mercy. No, no, no. No big desk. It's big enough. I just need to clear it off for a little bit. So, make this, bring this down, where I have all this glitter on these ribbons are actually tying this off so well and bringing in such charm. And again, another element that we love during these holidays is the glitter and the flocking and the uniqueness. And I'll show you what I just did. Tying this ribbon off with another, what I call a bump, but you're able to actually tie this together. And you trim it, and then I'll hold it up and I'll show you what I did. So, this little area right here, let me hold this real quick, this bump I made, this, and then of course you have this tail. Because then you have this other one that I just put here, okay, and then of course you have this other bump, and then you have the other tail. So I'll do a little bit at the top, because then you have your bow, but you do need something in this middle section. And I'll just take those top, the 2.5, again at different lengths. Remember it was an 8, 7, 6, same type of thing. But again, I have it behind the bow, so it might need to go a little bit longer. So I'm just going to go up to a 7 on the loop. So this loop on one end is a 7, and then I'm going to tie this in. Again, you're having to go behind the actual bow and show that accent of that loop. You know, I truly thought the plaid would be too much on the ribbon, and you know, to do a solid red. I'm glad I did the plaid. I really am. I thought, you know, maybe it's too much. Maybe it's not, but I think it's a good little unique look instead of all red. So here, you see a little bit of the bump right there, that little guy right there. And then of course the actual tails. I'm going to do one more here and possibly one down here, and then we'll be done with the ribbon. Okay? All right. You know what I might do? I might do a whole tail. Okay, I'm all tangled up now. Of course. Hold on. There we go. See, my questions disappeared. Okay, craft, outlet, sale. The no peak. Okay. I'm sure there's quite a few folks. I mean, I just think what, not only for this, but for wrapping presents for under the tree. Oh my gosh, that would be so cute, you know, especially if, you know, you have those kids that still, you know, wonder and have that love of Christmas time. You know what? Let's see. I just don't want to hide that gift. So I'm going to do just another one loop bow, similar to what I did over there. I'm going to do on this side, because I just don't want to hide that present. I think the present is unique enough that it doesn't need to be hidden. So let's try to find, there it is. Okay. Trying to see. Thanks for watching. I'm hovering right around just under 100. That's amazing. That it's just me. It's just tree. Just tree with ShowStopper Designs. Thanks, guys. Hello. Thanks for coming on and watching. I appreciate it. Y'all have no idea. So see what I'm gonna do? I like this. See how I didn't want to hide it completely with ribbon that goes over it? I just want to hide it just ever so slightly. Because again, we have our embellishments. We have so much more to go on and on and on and on and on with it. So we cut it. All right. Hold it up, show you what I did on that step. So this right here, so where I have that ribbon, just hiding that corner, and then again I have the ribbon tail coming down. That was that original ribbon tail that came with the no peeking. And then I'm going to place something right here, hold it up, right here, and then we'll be done. With the ribbon. With the ribbon, y'all, I'm laughing. I came on late. Are the boxes styrofoam? Yes, they are styrofoam. See, I catch some questions. No, they're styrofoam. And I actually pierce those through. And of course, the tool I use to pierce them is this little guy. I got at Hobby Lobby. So if you have an ice pick, this is a sewing tool. And this is by SewMate. And I got it at Hobby Lobby, but I got it years ago at Hobby Lobby, but Hobby Lobby's really good about having tools like this. And I've had it forever, and it pierces through so many signs, styrofoam, yes, and they're super lightweight. And they're tree ornaments, actually. So whoever asked that, they're actually tree ornaments. I just cut off the fishing line. That's how I know it to be. That and oh, I didn't. For those of y'all, I told y'all about the bell, and I told you about the velvet ribbon. But if you look at these bows underneath the gifts, they're covered in glitter. So the underside of this ribbon is glitter. Do y'all see that? Isn't that cool? So I mean, you have just unique, the presents are unique in themselves, you know, and you didn't have to wrap them. You didn't have to do that part. Okay. Well, it's not really an ice pick. It's a sewing tool that Hobby Lobby sold. Okay, back to the ribbon. And making sure, see, they don't discriminate. The ribbon people do not discriminate against me. Look, I got another seam. I got another seam. It happens to the best of us, right? So let's see. Can I hide it? Or no? I'm not going to be able to hide it. But I think I could. I think I can. I think I can hide it. So, I think I can hide it. It's just going to be a longer tail, but I'll be able to cut that off. Because this will go on the other underside. I'll pinch it right where that is at, so it's not going to show those darn seams. I know, Karen. Ugh, it's those darn seams. I'm just kidding. But it does, and especially on the plaids, which I love plaids, but yes, especially on the plaids, it will show. It'll have a seam, not show, but it'll have a seam. Okay, here I go. So, I'm gonna go right up here, almost underneath the bow, but not quite. It's almost to the side of the bow. I'm gonna pinch it, push that in there. Give that bow a little bit more pizzazz. Got the two I'm going to tighten it a little bit more. Got that long piece there, which I'll trim because again we had to do the I'm trimming about 2 inches off because of that seam. So sad, but it was lost ribbon there. But nobody wants to see a seam. Okay, so I'm going to pinch this again and make another bump. That's what I call it. Not everybody calls it that, but that's what I call it because I think it's a bump. I truly do. I think it's just a cute little bump. So I'm going to find my little piece here, pinch it off. There we go. Pull the deco mesh over, make it be kind of your assistant with your designs. It is amazing how you can have this work to your benefit. You can hold the ribbon, hold the actual things in place until you get some, some hot glue in there. Then you have the other tail here. And then I'll hold it up and show you what I did. Because I haven't actually trimmed my ribbon yet, but this is the other one that I did. And I still need to trim that ribbon, but this is the bump I actually made there, okay? So again, coming together. All right. I wish I had somebody here reading my questions, but I don't. It's just me. So I will go back and actually answer any questions that somebody has. So this is the boring part. This is where you actually trim the ribbon. This is the boring part. But it has to be done to make it look pretty, to make it look gorgeous. So I'll try to be as fast as possible. Don't have too many these little things to do. But I do like bringing in the green because I think the green actually makes the presents pop in the design. So I think that's where we're able to bring those designs together. And of course the glitter helps stand out. Y'all agree with that? I'm sure there's been some great designs today. I have missed a few just because I've gotten ready for today. So if y'all need to, make for sure that y'all actually, if y'all haven't already, make for sure that y'all go in and like Nadia's Crafty Corner Community. She together with Heather, so it's Nadia's Crafty Corner Community. Please tell me I said that right. Please, Lord, please tell me I said that right. And that's where you're going to be able to see the remaining people that are presenting today, and you would be able to see all of the great people that designed yesterday, so or earlier today. So if you missed anybody, then you can actually go back and see. If you don't follow everybody, I mean, it's been amazing because there's so many people that made so many unique things. Because again, it was Christmas around the world marathon. And I originally told Nadia, I'll do a nutcracker. And I was noticing that so many folks had nutcrackers, and I love nutcrackers. Trust me, I love nutcrackers. But I thought, why not? Do presents, do a gift, do this design. Came across having the no peeking ribbon. It just came together. So why not, right? Why not? Since I sell a lot of it, it helped bring it together, trust me. Now, some of the actual picks and things I have had from last year, and then some are brand new this year that I literally just got on pallets and are in boxes along that wall that y'all don't see, but there's tons of boxes behind me, or behind y'all, actually. So, anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to continue cutting and trimming this ribbon, halfway done. So, making for sure that it all looks great and it's all coming together. Oh, is everybody trying to stay out of the heat? I live in Texas, up near Dallas, and it's been hot. But I love Texas. I just don't love Texas this time of year. It is really, it's dangerous. You know, just like up north when y'all have cold weather. Up north, it is dangerous for us down here when we have this hot weather. It's brutal, and blessings beyond comprehension that I have AC and I'm able to actually have a home where I have air conditioning. It's, you know, I count my blessings, especially in July and August in Texas. I'm very grateful. Okay, so I only have 3 more to do, and then we're moving on to the embellishment part of it and what I do with the embellishments. So, I wish, again, they wouldn't disappear, but I've missed a few. Got the times mixed up. Oh, I did that yesterday. I got the times mixed up too, with a few. I feel like I've had to apologize to those individuals. I'm like, I would have been there. I would have been there for you. I just got the times mixed up. All right. Yay. Almost done. Almost done. I just feel like, you know, I want to be Samantha on Bewitched and just, you know, twinkle my little nose and do that part, because I just feel like it's just, you know, part of the design, but yet you. Oh, I do want to know, I take about another inch, because if I'm going to dovetail or fishtail, however you want to say it, if I have to do that to the ribbon, I just give it another, you know, good inch, and then you're able to read it. Yes, you know, you miss a sign, you miss the saying in the actual ribbon for a little while, but you get it in your design, you know. So just know that. Just a little tip there for those of y'all that didn't or don't use a lot of the actual text ribbon or directional ribbon. That's another word, directional ribbon. Okay, so let me hold this up. We're gonna actually bring it together a little bit. I'm gonna look at it, and I can trim it up and I can look, make for sure, but how it's coming together. All right, I'm looking at it. So I'm like, I want to look at it. For those of y'all that are a little older, are you in McKinney? I'm near McKinney. I'm in Allen. So a lot of people don't know. I always say Dallas, because everybody knows Dallas from, and I'm going to show my age, but they know it from the show Dallas. And so I always say Dallas. So with that being said, so yeah, I'm not far. I'm not far. Thanks. Okay, so now the next step are all my picks. And I told y'all I have about 20, and it's 3 to 4 items on an actual metal pick, because I love my pick machine. Mentioned that earlier. And even have just some glittered pine, separated that one spray that I told y'all I had earlier. I have this in my shop, and I probably broke this up and got 5 of those sprays in there, maybe even more. So we'll count it because it's the only truly blocked item I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So out of that one spray, I got 7. And I said, you know, usually I have like 3 things. There we go. And my glue gun's on. Woo! So we're ready. Let's go. Let's get this going. I do have a glue pot, but Lord, that thing gets so hot. It's merciful this time of year. I can't have that going and have be upstairs, because that's where I'm located, is upstairs. It's a lot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. So anybody have a glue pot? I'm asking that question now so I can actually see questions and comments as I'm gluing. But I can't have it going this time of year. It's so hot. And I have it cool in here right now. I don't blaze the AC all the time, but when I'm live, because the actual light that's from the ring light, those things get hot too. If y'all didn't know that. Yeah, they get hot too. Who has one? Who has the glue pot? It's way over there, and I don't want to waste time, but because where am I in time? I got 15 minutes. Lord have mercy. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. No more chit chat. So if you did have a glue pot, yay! I'm glad you had a glue pot. I gotta go. Because again, remember, next up is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art. And she is quite the artist. So for those of y'all that didn't follow her page, make for sure that you go and follow her page. I mean, it was amazing artwork. And so here is another pick that I put together that, again, is just clustered. 3 things clustered together on a metal pick. And I don't like using that peppermint theme. Brings it out in the ribbon and in the boxes. I'm gonna apologize for the glue strings. They will disappear as the design comes together. But I'm gonna make for sure that this is done before we say goodbye today. I am truly feeling like this is going to come together, and we'll see a finished design. I might add a few things here or there, but we'll at least see something finished for 99% of the time. I use SureBonder glue, pot, and glue gun. I do too. I love my SureBonder. It is a cordless. It's on the heavier side, but I'm used to it. A lot of people are like, oh, I heard they're heavy. Yeah, they are, but again, it's something that I'm used to, but I love it that it's cordless, to be honest. I mean, it is such a great tool to use. And then that open area, I'm going to actually place that cedar. I do have a pine cone. Nadia, love you. Pine cone. Pine cone. And there's candy corn, but that's Halloween. And then, what was the other one? Acorn. Ah, I have it. It's right over there. I was going to show you. But yeah, girl, you know. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We love you. We love you. And oh my God, was I so jelly. Y'all, if you don't know Nadia, she is Italian and she just came back from holiday in Italy. And I'm like, oh, I'm so jelly. I want to actually go. Would love to go to Italy. It is on my bucket list. I need a bucket list at my age. You know, you always have a bucket list, right? You need a bucket list. It is on my bucket list. Definitely on the bucket list. Okay, so here I'm actually going to spin it around, show y'all what I've done so far. So it's really been the base that I've actually added items. So I'm going to come up to the top and continue to add greenery, berries, items up at the top. I did use it's a Look-alike 6019, and I got it, it's that. I have another one somewhere. Anyway, 60919, right? Right. Very popular. I love it. And this is the first kind of grouping I got. And Front Door by Deb is where I got the red, and I got some orange for the fall and Halloween, and I already started using the orange, of course. And I've broken it up 5 or 6 uses just in one spray. That's how much I was able to actually use in one grouping, just on one spray. So I love it that, you know, you're able to break those up and use them accordingly. So again, from that spray that I have in my shop that has the flocked long needle pine, I think those are important. Texture is a great element. Christmas is always so easy when you talk about elements, and the reason why you get so many. And I picked on Nadia, and that gave me, I forgot to do that, and I didn't mean to forget to talk about it. But the pine cones give you texture. The berries give you texture, but then you add onto that, because you can use berries any time of year. This berry, for example, this white berry that I've used, was from spring. Who knew that you could use a white berry that you'd only get labeled a white berry from spring in a Christmas spray, but then you have the berries that actually have the snow. So you can't do that in the spring because it wouldn't make sense, right? So again, you have those opportunities to use things from a flocking standpoint to an icicle standpoint. It's just amazing that the things that you can do in a wow factor to take your items, just not from the ribbon that you use, but from the actual elements that you use in your design, the textures. So always helpful, always great reminders, because sometimes you kind of, if you're like me, you can get overwhelmed and just go, okay, what can I use for this design? And where can I use it? Where can I get it? And because you want to use unique things. You don't want to be like, you want to get your inspiration from folks, but then you don't want to use exactly what they have, right? You want to break it up and make it your own and make it more of a custom design, because that's what you get asked. You get asked for those custom designs, right? I'm going to put that over there. You always have a straggler. So I didn't have a place for that. So I'm gonna, Nadia, I hope you thought that that was funny and not mean, because I am a very nice person. I just love to play and joke and have a good time with my friends. Okay, so I'm gonna actually come on around, added more, gonna put in those lollipops and things like that. How many more minutes? I got 6 minutes? Okay. I feel better. I feel better. I was kind of freaking out there for a little bit. I feel better. Because I'm almost come around. And I might have a few more open areas here. I keep dropping my sprays. Hold on just a sec. Okay, so have an open area right here. Can put a spray. So again, next after me is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, and she is quite the artist. So make for sure that you get over there and see her work. I'll make for sure that I hold up this design and go back. If you didn't catch anybody, make for sure that you go back and you catch some folks and their designs, because they were amazing. Again, I didn't catch everybody, and I'm making sure that I save those videos, and you're actually able to go in to Nadia's Crafty Corner community. Make sure you're a member. It's a free group of so many other wonderful artists. I want to say there were like, you know, every day they just keep multiplying on how great the community is there in that group. It's a free group. Go in there and you'll be able to see all the actual designers and artists. Okay. I want to put in a lollipop and those other sprays, and then we're gonna actually hold this up right before we end, and I'll be able to call it, because I can always go to Hobby Lobby. That's where that lollipop came from. I know that. And this one as well. And I put a little embellishment on top of it because it's an actual ornament that obviously I wasn't using. So I'm just going to glue this, and I already have a spot for it over here, and I'm going to place it right back here. Bring that around the bow so you actually can see it. And I use, if I didn't say it, I use Gorilla Glue. I think it freaked me out when I missed turning it on, because I kept telling myself, turn it on, turn it on, turn it on, and wasn't listening to that. Wasn't listening to that voice in my head to say, oh yeah, you need to turn it on. Okay, I want to use these, but I might have to, no, okay, I got 2 minutes, and then we'll call it. So let me add a few embellishments, put one up here. There we go. And then I'm going to put one right here on that tail, right there. And then I'll hold it up and I'll show you. And then you can move on to Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art. And she will be next. So make sure you go like her page. Then I'm going to put the last one down here. Where'd it go? Oh, crud. Well, I lost it. I had 3. Don't know where it went. I'll find it. But so far, that's what it looks like. I guess it's probably on y'all's side. Oh my gosh, 124 people on this page? Holy crap. Oh my gosh, that just means the world. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. Not gonna cry. Not gonna cry. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Okay, y'all go watch Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art. Thank you for joining me. I'm Tree with ShowStopper Designs. This is what we created today. Hope y'all like it. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great day. Bye.